Nobody really wants a caregiver. So what happens when you have a parent that really needs caregiving, but they refuse to have a caregiver? Let's find out what the biggest objections are, and let's think about what are the things that we can talk to them about. The first objection is independence, right? That most of us really want independence in our life. So how do we give up our independence by having a glorified babysitter or a caregiver come out and take care of you? They're there to support you and do the things that you want to do. As long as your mind is functioning properly, you're in control of what the caregiver's doing as an assistant to you. The worst thing you can do for your independence is get a really bad injury, end up in the hospital, a skilled nursing facility, letting other people dictate where you should be. To me, that is a real bad idea. I'd rather keep you healthy and upright and get you functioning properly. Number two, financial reasons. Caregiving is expensive. It can be very expensive for people depending on how much care you need. I find that if people start small, they can often have like 3 days a week, 4 hours a day, for years before they actually need to extend or expand on that. But kind of stretching the budget, making it go as far as possible before things get critical is, I think, a really good strategy. Pride and dignity. Now, pride and dignity are kind of related to that independence feel, but it comes down to this generation. It's kind of like the toughest generation. This is the generation that was born before World War II, and there was a lot of tightening the belt through a lot of times, and they know that with a little fortitude they can get through a lot of stuff. So the problem is that can often cloud your vision and not really allow you to make good decisions. They're making the tough decisions, and tough at 65 and tough at 85 is a whole different deal. So you want to have other people around helping you, and unfortunately when it comes to pride and dignity, a lot of times that comes back to family members helping first and then trying to bring in people once they feel kind of safe and gotten through some of the embarrassment of going to the bathroom and taking showers in front of people and things like that. So this is a process that gets better over time, but is very difficult at the beginning, and often family members are called upon to help them through that process. And there's another objection right there, is that my family should be taking care of me. I took care of my family, and they should be taking care of me because I'm their family. And while that might have worked in their life, that doesn't always work for all of us, right? So we all have different things going on. A lot of guilt goes into that as a kid, and a lot of playing that guilt on them comes along from the elderly person to the younger person. So that's something that you really do have to navigate, and paying for care can be a good solution there. And I would say finally, cognitive decline often plays a role here. So when somebody isn't thinking properly, they're not able to make good decisions anymore. When somebody has dementia or Alzheimer's, they're no longer able to see themselves properly, right? Because their brain isn't functioning properly. So they may even get mad at this discussion or really be offended by it. But those are all symptoms of dementia and Alzheimer's more than they're symptoms of being a jerk, which I think a lot of kids or spouses can misinterpret that as being a jerk. And it comes across as being a jerk, but that's not what they're doing. They're really having a problem working their brain properly. And all this means for you is that it might take you making these decisions for that person. So it all comes down to empathy, patience, understanding, communication, just a few things, right? If you need help navigating this situation, you can always give me a call. I'm happy to help. And good luck. I know these are tricky things. It's a great way to prevent injuries and allow people to stay longer in their home, which I think is most people's goal. All right, talk to you later.